Welcome to Waywut. This is a rabbit hole podcast where we cover topics ranging from sports to true crime and pop culture to just weird facts. Really, it's just a couple of guys taking turns to present weird topics to each other. We publish episodes on Tuesdays and sometimes on Fridays. You can watch us on YouTube and listen pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, just wherever. We're probably there. We really appreciate you joining us for this episode. And now that we got all this self-promotion stuff out of the way, here we go.
Well, hello there. Today, myself, Jason, is taking the mic and will cite every word to Cool Rider from Grease 2 and lead us to another topic that made me say, wait, what?
Well, hold on. Why are you talking like you had a stroke?
Huh? I am?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Myself in the Jason. Cool Rider. There wasn't
Yes.
nothing. Cool Rider.
Yes.
Grease
No.
Lightning.
No. I like this song with Grease Lightning. It's great too. But joining me as always is a man that believes MC is actually an acronym for mac and cheese. Darrell Holiday.
No, because I know the difference between an acronym and an abbreviation.
Okay. Very true. Okay.
So,
Well,
because an abbreviation is whenever you take something and you take the first letters or you shorten it with just letters. An acronym is a type of abbreviation that you can enunciate, like NASA or OSHA. And MC cannot be named like I'm like, oh, look, it's McHammer. Look at McHammer. I love it, McHammer pants.
Well, now I got you in the right mindset. I am now going to summon my powers to invoke a reaction from Darrell that could be riddled with F-bomb.
Oh, dear God.
I plan on doing this by mentioning just a 3-word title of a once very popular television show. Sons of Anarchy.
Over fucking rated.
I will now pause for you to express your displeasure.
It's overrated. I don't even think I made it all the way through the first season. I might have, I don't know. It was like, it's overrated.
Well, for those of you that may not have heard the show, it is a show that aired on FX from 2008 to 2014, covering 7 seasons. The show premise followed the lives of Jax Teller and his MC club, Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle Club, Redwood Original, or Sam Crow. It was a pretty good show with good storylines, but according to Darrell, it was overrated.
Yeah.
What made it great, in my opinion, and realistic as possible, was the showrunners use a real life MC member, David LaBrava, of the Oakland chapter of probably the most famous motorcycle club, Hell's Angels. The reason I am bringing this up is the other day, the wife and I were out for one of our drives, and a motorcycle club passed us on the highway. It was a small group consisting of 4 members. What stood out was on the 4th member's jacket that was riding in the back of the pack. On the back of his jacket bore the words "Prospect." I was like, "Holy shit! It is really how they do it." It was something that was often used in Sons of Anarchy, and it instantly brought me back to the show and gave me my Waywut moment. So let's give that Harley a kickstart, put on that lid, and give a biker wave as we're going to talk about motorcycle clubs.
I'm being that I am a member of a motorcycle club.
Oh, which one is this again?
It's in the Philippines.
Oh yeah, okay. You're an honorary member, right?
No, they said I was. They said I was in. They said by the time unfortunately, it was the last time I went to the Philippines. But they said whenever I came back, I was going to have a vest and everything. Because I went on a ride with them, and they thought I was super cool. Oh my God! Oh, good thing not too many of my Filipino friends listen. It was Hokage something. I can't remember. It was Japanese.
Did they have a cool insignia? A cool symbol?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Went on a motorcycle ride with them. Of course, I was riding bitch on the back of a pink scooter. But I had fun.
You may want to leave that part out.
No, no, it's all right. Nope, friend of mine, she was driving. She did a wonderful job because like I will never operate a motor vehicle in the Philippines. As much as I love all of my Filipino people and family and stuff like that, y'all drive like freaking psychopaths, and I'll be damned if I'm going to be on something with two wheels and no walls on the damn roads out there.
Do they drive on the left side or the right side?
They drive on the normal side, just like us. It's just they're not very patient. Like the times that I've had to cross the street in the Philippines are times that I count as some of my near death experiences. They don't care. They drive like psychopaths, and they know it.
And there's a lot of bikes there, right? A lot of like motorbikes and
Scooters and
scooters.
yeah, because yeah, they're it's affordable. It's a lot
Easy,
cheaper than a
cheap.
car.
Yeah, gas.
Yeah, way better gas mileage. Yeah,
Pretty much go anywhere on those dirt bikes.
I mean, scooters are common. Motorcycles are kind of common too, but like it's mainly scooters. Is mostly scooters out there.
Mm. Well, okay. I want to give you a brief history of motorcycle clubs. A
Well, you're giving
motorcycle club.
yourself a brief history. I don't need it being that I'm in a motorcycle club.
Well, a motorcycle club is defined as a group of individuals whose primary interests and activities involve motorcycles. Huh. Go figure out. This group can consist of different bikes, preferably pink in Darrell's case, or an entire group with the same model of a bike, like a Harley. So it doesn't matter if it's a scooter, dirt bike, as long as it's a bike, it can be consisted in a motorcycle club.
I don't think you'd ever see a scooter in an American
No,
motorcycle club.
no,
It's
you
kind
wouldn't
of like
last
you
very
don't.
long.
I mean, like, yeah, I think it's kind of like it with not American machines, because Honda. There are some muscly motorcycles that are not American, but you definitely won't see it like a crotch rocket, with those
No,
guys either.
oh no, they
But
have
there are crotch
very.
rocket motorcycle clubs, though,
Yes, there is. Yes, there
because
is.
that's the one in the Philippines. It was mostly people on crotch rockets.
Mm-hmm. MC clubs didn't originate right away. In the early 1900s, motor bicyclists came together in riding clubs for fun and support.
Does
In
that
my
does that
opinion,
mean?
go ahead.
Go on. No, you do your joke. I'll do mine.
You're probably gonna be the same damn joke.
But
The
it's your show.
support was yeah, the support was mainly for the fun that was being made at being called motor bicyclist.
So, does this mean that like sometimes they like to ride on the front of the bike, and sometimes they like to ride on the back of the bike?
On the
If you get
pegs.
what I'm on drift, sometimes they like the feeling in the back. Sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
like the feeling of the front. They go either way.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that. However, the motorcycles that were being rode were comparable to that of a 2-year-old toddler. They were small and loud. These noisy, speedy new vehicles added to the already chaotic scene that was the American streets. So some cities moved to restrict the use of these early motorcycles on the streets. In response, motorcycle enthusiasts began to organize. They did so to fight restrictions, but also to expand membership and riding events, self regulate road racing, and encourage street repair. Even then, people complained of crappy streets and potholes. In 1903, just 100 enthusiasts met in Brooklyn to form the Federation of American Motorcyclists. 2 decades later, in 1924, the American Motorcycle Association emerged. That summer, the group held a 1,400-mile endurance ride that began and ended in Cleveland, demonstrating the long range capability of the vehicles. It also demonstrated how well their seat cushions worked, as I, for one, would have a very sore ass.
There's a reason that they'll wear chaps. Just
Yeah, I would need a
saying.
tractor seat or something. I need a big ass. Can they put like a love seat on a couch? Will that work?
Filipinos can. They can do anything. They are the most engineering like savants ever. I mean, like it's one of the coolest things ever. You'd be walking and you'll see like a family of six on a motorcycle.
Don't know how they do it. The ones that are
Neither do I.
carrying hundreds of crates up on their shoulders and they're still riding a motorcycle.
I mean, you will see a shit ton of people on one freaking motorcycle
It's incredible.
as the family sedan.
Eager for wide acceptance, the AMA took care to promote, and I quote, a positive image of motorcycling, one that portrayed riders as safe, responsible, considerate citizens who present a good appearance to the public. Now,
Oh, so this is before they cook meth and run whores.
yes, and
Okay.
before they would ride in between cars on the highway and do all this shit in the traffic.
Hey, that's
Before those
perfectly
days,
legal.
I can't. It can't be safe. There's no
I
way.
mean, it can be if they're cautious. Like if the cars are at a standstill and they're
Hmm.
going between like during a traffic jam, yeah. Now whenever they're doing that, like whenever everybody's going 70, no, it's stupid. I mean,
Yeah.
trust me, I get it. We all have that dark feeling inside of us where like I just want to open my door, like
See
just to,
what happens.
you know, we all have that in us. But
I do that
like
flip.
whenever you're in a traffic jam, it's perfectly legal and all that. It is, I think, not quite as legal whenever they can actually pass normally on like the highway. I watched a
Mm.
motorcyclist that gave me a freaking heart attack about 3 weeks ago. Like, I mean, he was weaving in and out, like he buzzed by my car. I was like, Jesus, like I didn't even need any caffeine after that. And then after about 2 miles, I got to see his ass pulled over, and I was like, ah, yeah,
Was
get
it
him.
a crotch rocket?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Like they're playing a video game. Well, now skip ahead a couple of decades. The impact of World War II on the motorcycle scene cannot be ignored. The history of motorcycle clubs is deeply rooted in the aftermath of World War II, when returning veterans seeking a sense of brotherhood and camaraderie began forming motorcycle clubs. This phenomenon is often referred to as the outlaw biker subculture, which emerged in the late 1940s, later to be known as the 1% clubs.
That is not a purely American phenomenon either, because
No,
the
it's
same thing
worldwide.
happened in
Yeah.
Japan too.
Hmm.
All these big motorcycle clubs and stuff like that started coming out, like
Oh yeah, it's
of these
worldwide.
gangs. Yeah,
If
it
you
is so crazy. It's like, oh, war's over. Hey, what? We ain't getting shot at no more. No. Shit. Well, what are
we
we gonna
sure
do
do
that's
like
gonna almost
motorcycles.
kill us? Yeah. What are we gonna do that's gonna almost kill us? How about we, put like a, 1200 cc's of power right under our balls and hold on to some bars with two wheels on it. Yeah, that's a
Si-
good idea.
yeah,
Do
sign
it.
me up. Let's
Let's
get
run
other
some
members
horse while
too.
we're at it too.
Um, well, these clubs, this 1% is referenced to an alleged quote by then president of the American Motorcyclist Association, stating that 99% of motorcyclists were law abiding citizens, implying the remaining 1% were outlaws. For example, on Sons of Anarchy, they were portrayed as good men for the most part, but they dealt in dealing guns. That is how they made their money. As good as they were portrayed, or how awesome Jack Teller's walk and hair was, they were outlaws.
They were bad guys. I mean, that was one of my issues with the show. I mean, look, I like certain. I mean, I've never watched Sopranos. See,
What?
people can get mad at me for that.
Yes, okay,
I've never
stop.
watched Boardwalk Empire.
Oh my god, you get mad at me for RoboCop, and
I
you
mean,
haven't
the
watched
thing
those
is
two
like
shows?
I don't really enjoy sitting there watching a bunch of bad guys be bad. I like and the problem with like Sons of Anarchy and all those is that
Hmm.
in Ozarks, I didn't like Ozarks. I tried, I didn't like it. Is that you sit there and watch the bad guys, and then to make you root for them, they have to make all the good guys extra bad.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like because if you have the good guys be too good, then no, actually, if you have the good guys be good, you end up with a good fucking TV show like Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was awesome. There were,
hmm,
it was morally dubious, but you had Hank, and Hank was a good guy,
yeah,
and he was a good cop.
Yeah.
and they did the hard thing with that. It was awesome. That's a great show.
I'm actually currently rewatching that show.
Yeah, my wife is going to at some point make me watch Boardwalk Empire. I know
It's great.
it is in her plans. Uh, but yeah, my thing with Sons of Anarchy, everybody was a piece of shit. Everybody. Every single person. And Tara was an idiot. God, I hated Tara. And she was such a cunt. She was such a cunt. I hated her so much. It's like, why the hell do you want to be with this bitch of a woman? And then I'm like, oh, because your mom's a cunt. You're marrying your mother. You're surrounding yourself with cunts. And then everybody's like, God, Darrell, you're saying that word way too much. Yeah, watch Sons of Anarchy. It's full of cunts.
I knew that set this off reaction from you. I fucking knew it. Instead of F bombs, I should have said C bombs.
Just need a palate cleanser. I need to watch Breaking Bad again.
Oh my god, that's
Make me think
greatness.
about trash TV.
Oh, I knew this was elicit this reaction. This is exactly what I was planning for.
Well, you got it. I hope you're happy.
I'm very happy. Now, this is great. This is radio gold. All right. All right. Kind of like what you alluded to with Boardwalk Empire and Sopranos and the Mafia, these motorcycle clubs, this one percenters, they were kind of like Mafia on motorcycles. They were highly structured criminal organizations who not only deal in guns, but drug trafficking, prostitution, extortion, money laundering, and other violent crimes. They are labeled as violent gangs by the U.S. Department of Defense, putting them in the same category as prison gangs, street gangs, and gangs of rats.
What about? I don't think the FBI worries about gangs of rats.
They should be. They should be on everybody's radar.
I think it's crazy that you put that in there. Of course, it also kept me from adding gang bangs. Yeah, I was about to sit there and say, "What about gang bang?" And then I was like, "He's just said gangs of rats. What the fuck are you talking about?" Although I would watch that before I watch.
They did a spinoff on
Yeah,
Sons of Anarchy.
yeah. It's
I tried watching it. I couldn't get into that one very much.
because I mean, it's a spinoff of a bad show. It's probably going to be a bad show.
Yeah,
Just
it wasn't very good. Even though I did like Sons of Anarchy. But just what you alluded to, too, about them being worldwide, there are actually more than 300 active outlaw motorcycle gangs within the U.S., ranging from small single chapters with just a few members to others with several chapters with hundreds to thousands of members.
I'd like to think that there's like some dude that has his little motorcycle that he rides around in, his moped that he takes to the convenience store, and he's got his own vest that his mom made him.
Mm-hmm. It says president on it right here.
Yeah, it says president right there, but then I'm
Mm-hmm.
mom's angel on the back. It's like, yeah,
Mama's little boy.
I'm the president. Mom's the treasurer because she pays me my allowance.
She she makes meatloaf.
So yeah, he's in the biker gang of one. So you said there's like some with just like 3 or 4 people. No, imagine there's just one with that one where he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if there was a wrestler named One Man Gang, that could be a biker gang with just one member.
Sorry, now I'm thinking of one man gangbang, and I'm like, how does a one man gangbang work?
Oh man, you're really violently beating yourself up.
It's like, I mean, I guess like both your arm, you put a fleshlight on the wall. You got one hand holding something back there.
I think you've thought about this a little bit.
No, just came up with it just now. I would imagine it's doable.
Do we need to stop the
And I'm
show for a
sorry,
second?
audio only listeners. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, video listeners who just had to see me act that. Video watchers, I'm sorry you had to see me act that out.
I'm not. I'm not
Audio,
sorry at all.
audio listeners, consider yourselves lucky. You're the chosen ones. You still you get to keep your eyesight.
Hmm. Well, the most famous of these clubs are better known as the Big Four. They are the Hells Angels, the Outlaws, the Banditos, and the Pagans. The Pagans were founded in 1959 in Maryland by a biochemist by the name of Lou Dawkins.
I
Once,
bet he cooked
actually,
meth.
it's funny that you say Breaking Bad because I have that here. Another chemist, Breaking Bad, if you will. The Pagans MC patch depicts the Norse fire god, or excuse me, the Norse fire giant, sitting on a burning world wielding a fire sword, plus the word pagan in red, white, and blue. The Banditos were founded in 1966 right here in Texas by Donald Eugene Chambers. They were
I'm a little shocked. I expected it to be like Donald Gonzalez or something. No,
right.
he's got a honky cracker name, and he's the one that
Mm-hmm.
culturally appropriated Bandidos. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah, they were named in honor of the Mexican bandits who lived by their own rules. The Banditos insignia, known as the Fat Mexican, consists of a caricature of a Mexican bandit wearing a sombrero and holding a sword in one hand and a pistol in the other. So think of a mean looking Speedy Gonzales.
Well, I'm gonna see if Bandidos
Mm
Motorcycle Club
hmm. Mm
Mexican members.
hmm.
Oh wow, no, it has a 2,000 to 2,500
Mm hmm.
Hispanic members, which is like, oh, well, that's good. That makes me happy. And you're right, that is a fat Mexican. Uh, I was kind of worried it's going to be all like, nah, man, we're the Banditos. And they're like, oh,
My name's
cool. But
Carl,
no,
and
not just Carl, but it'd be like, yeah, but we don't like brown people in our group. What? we
yeah,
just we just like the pictures of them, but no, don't put no Mexicans in there. I'm like, what? No,
yeah,
no.
we named them in the honor of them. Doesn't mean they have to be in our own
So
group.
I'm glad that that they ain't a bunch of like crackers.
Yeah.
It's a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The Outlaws. The Outlaws were founded by Electro Motive Company employees at Matilda's Bar on Route 66, and that was foreshadowing of a future topic. In 1935 near Chicago, Route 66. It's a great road. It's a lot of
I've been
history
on
there.
it. Have
I
you?
know. Yeah, I have. I have not the main part up through Chicago into or from into Chicago, not that part, but the part in Oklahoma we were just at.
Uh,
It's all broken to pieces. It's very
oh
hard to
yeah,
stay
no.
on
I've,
now.
I've I've basically drove parallel to it through Arizona into California.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it stretches all the way to the Santa Monica Pier, I believe.
Yep.
Their club insignia consists of a small skull with pistons crossing through their mouth, and the skull is known as Charlie, or their insignia is known as Charlie, and is actually a registered trademark. They are the second biggest older OMG in the U.S.
Oh my God.
The Outlaw Motorcycle Gang.
Oh, okay.
The Hells Angels, everybody's heard of the Hells Angels, are the most famous and largest. They were founded in 1948 by Otto Friedley out of California. Their insignia is called the Death Head. It looks like a skull with a lid on with wings. Not only is their insignia trademarked, but they are also incorporated. They have also sued many times on copyright infringement and to nobody's shock, won their case. They even went up against Disney.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's scary.
On which side?
I'm Disney. Dear God. Corporate overlords?
Hmm.
Terrifying.
Here's the worst of the worst. This is where things really took a bad turn for these MC clubs, especially the Hells Angels. Um, they were hired as security detail for a Rolling Stones concert in December of 1969 in San Francisco. The crowd was roughly around 300,000 people. Things went downhill quickly. One of the members of Jefferson Airplane, a big band at the time and playing on the card, was knocked smooth out by a Hells Angels security guard. An 18-year-old concert goer, Meredith Hunter, was unfortunately stabbed to death by another member of the Hells Angels. I was going to say his name. I'm not going to now. He was put on trial for murder, but was acquitted on self-defense. Once again, a shocker, right? In the aftermath of this shit show, which many cite as the end of the hippie era, Mick
Mick Jagger.
Jagger, yeah, Mick Jagger made some damaging remarks publicly about the Hell's Angels. Later, it was revealed a couple of Hell's Angels allegedly plotted to have Jagger killed, talking about not letting go of a grudge.
They you can watch film of that concert. I mean, they're walking
Really?
around with they're walking around with sawed off pull cues in their back pocket, to beat the shit out of people. I mean, one, the Stones are stupid for hiring a motorcycle gang to do security. I mean, if you
Uh-huh.
want to hire them for your music video, the way Michael Jackson brought in the Crips for "Beat It," cool. But bringing them in for security is stupid. I mean, they were thugs, they were criminals.
They were going
You
to
don't,
do what they knew. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's just like, oh well, okay, they got out of it with one murder. That's good. I mean, just afraid, at least they didn't like traffic anybody or do any of those other awful things that they do.
Yeah,
So
it's weird that
allegedly do. Allegedly. Don't
yeah,
come after me.
I was reading that. It was just terrible. Like, of course, how are they the ones getting in trouble? You think they would be breaking up the fights, but no.
No, they're thugs, criminals.
Mm,
What do you expect?
yeah. Well, with that bad reputation these clubs had, the club members knew they had to change the public perception of them. And it's in my opinion, they have done a pretty good job of this so far. The Hells Angels has held events for various causes, including the Red Cross, Toys for Tots, and Wounded Warrior, from poker runs to toy drives. Now, I want to pause that for a second because I just now learned of what poker runs were, and that sounds really cool. Do you know what they are?
Yeah, I've seen people do it with boats too. But you
It's
can
really cool.
describe it if you want. Go ahead.
Well, I just recently learned about. You start off at a certain point with a deck of cards. You pick a card. Everybody in the run picks a random card, just one, and then you ride to another location where another deck of cards will be waiting, and you pick another card. And at the end of the run, you have your five cards, and y'all
Yeah.
meet up where the fifth deck is at, and whoever has the best hand wins the pot.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Like I said, I've seen it done with boats before too. It's pretty cool. The I mean, there's a lot of things that they have done. Not the big ones have done to kind of straighten things out. I know a lot
Hmm.
of them, and I don't know if you're going to come across this late, or if you're going to talk about this later. But some of the things that they do in defense of children that
Yes.
have been
Yeah.
okay. I will not
Hmm.
talk about that. But there's still bad ones out there, like
Oh yeah, I
really
mean
bad ones
they make their
that
own money, and their
yeah.
reputation is they're going to sell guns, they're going to do something
Well,
illegal.
a lot of it's drug dealing and meth and stuff like that. Definitely still runs in prostitution and stuff. They still get busted for that, and you'll see them go up for like racketeering and all that. But
Hmm.
yeah, there's still some bad eggs out there. And I mean, I'd be honest, I still wouldn't want to piss off any, the Hell's Angels or any of the ones that are like, yeah, toys
Hmm.
for tots. I still wouldn't want to because that's you know the richer they are, the more incorporated they are, the easier I imagine it's to hide my body. So
I'm sure they may have done something like that before. Who knows?
yeah, no,
Allegedly,
so I don't want to
maybe
piss
not.
off Disney. So
Well, an example of their changing their reputation of this is happened in December of 2014, where a chapter from Fresno, California, bought all the bikes from a local Walmart and donated them to children living at a homeless shelter. And a saying commonly attributed to them is, "When we do right, nobody remembers. When we do wrong, nobody forgets."
it
Very true.
is
Kind of like,
super true.
yeah. The one that really stands out to me is the one you talked about a second ago. It's the child protection, the Bikers Against Child Abuse. This is their mission statement, and it's pretty powerful. Bikers Against Child Abuse exists with the intent to create a safer environment for abused children. We exist as a body of bikers to empower children to not feel afraid of the world in which they live in. We stand ready to lend support to our wounded friends by involving them in an established, united organization. We work in conjunction with local and state officials who are already in place to protect children. We desire to send a clear message to all involved with the abused child and that this child is a part of our organization, and we are prepared to lend our physical and emotional support to them by affiliation and our physical presence. We stand at the ready to shield these children from further abuse. We do not condone the use of violence or physical force in any manner. However, if circumstances arise such that we are the only obstacle preventing a child from further abuse, we stand ready to be that obstacle. I freaking love this idea. You fight intimidation and fear with intimidation and fear.
Yeah, now they will literally stand between, like they'll make sure that the person
Receive safe
that's
passage. Yeah.
accused, well, yeah, but they make sure that they don't have to look at that person
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they always make
as
up a
much as they
wall or
can.
something.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they will make a wall of flesh to make sure that person can't, give them dirty looks or
Mm-hmm.
make eye contact and try to intimidate them that way or anything like that. Yeah, no, they
Absolutely.
do. I'm sure that, like the times that somebody that is accused of something goes to try to talk to their victim,
They
I'm
become an
certain that,
obstacle.
I'm certain that, like that person might end up falling down the stairs a
Yeah.
lot. How did
Yeah.
he fall upstairs? I don't know. Gravity's weird.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, I really like the way they put this power in numbers type of thing, letting the child know that what you're going through is tough, but we have 50 people right here behind your back. It
Yeah,
really makes them feel better about what's going on.
yeah.
That's that says a whole lot. Uh, if you want to, anybody out there listening, you can visit their website at bacaworld.org and donate if you like. Well, that would do it for this week. Drop us a comment if you have a motorcycle story or even a run in with an MC member, good or bad, whatever makes a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, join us next week where Darrell will
Well,
relieve
hold
me
on.
from.
No,
Okay. Oh,
I gotta tell a story.
all right. Let's hear this
I
story.
met a guy, and it's one of the reasons why I know about the, how they protect the kids and stuff. Is I met a biker one time, and he was telling me, that he was part of that, and that he's had to go to like court hearings and stuff to make sure that the kid didn't get seen. And I was like, oh man, that's really awesome. He's like, yeah, and then he went on to tell me about his 14-year-old girlfriend. I think he was like 45.
Oh, I probably should have
Anyways,
left that
so I
part out.
figured I would kind of undo all that. Like you said, they never remember the good, but don't ever forget the bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. Well, join us next week where Darrell will relieve me from my mic duties and bring us another topic that made us say, wait, what? We'll check y'all later.
Wow, that was pretty simple.
Pretty
I'm gonna
good one.
relieve you of night duties.
Leave me in
Do
my
it.
mic duties so I don't sing Cool Rider again.
Where's Cool Rider in Greece?
In
Which one's
Grease
Cool
2.
Rider?
It's in Grease 2.
Oh, well, no wonder I didn't know because that's a shit garbage movie.
Oh, it's a great song. I was actually playing it a second ago.
Oh dear God, no wonder you like stupid shit like Sons of Anarchy. All right,
Hey, anybody who never seen Grease 2, watch it and tell me you
no,
don't sing Cool
don't
Rider. It's a
save
great
yourself.
song.
No,
Cool Rider.
do not. You're like, oh wow, Michelle Pfeiffer was in it. Yeah, and she doesn't want to talk about it either. None of
Oh
them do.
no,
It's
she was hot.
garbage.
She was hot. She's in leather pants. I highly recommend watching it.
But oh God, never mind. All right, bye.
Later.
Thank you for joining us for Waywut. We really appreciate you watching or listening. Please subscribe or follow us on your favorite platform to catch our latest episodes that we publish on Tuesdays and sometimes on Fridays. We'd love to hear from you, whether it's rating us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, commenting on our videos or just a podcast episode, or following us and hitting us up on TikTok, Facebook, or X. You can find us there with our handle, Waywut Podcasts. That's WAYWUT Podcast. And that will do it for this episode. Join us next time, and we'll make you say, Waywut.